Alright, so if everyone's good, I thought I'd make this quick video just to explain and for you guys to find out and to know how to check graphics card water cooling block compatibility. So how do I know this particular water block, is that going to be compatible with my graphics card? Is it going to be compatible? Is it not going to be compatible? How do I find out? How do I check? How do I go about that whole situation? Because I remember the first time I started water cooling, I couldn't find anything on it. I didn't know how to check. Okay, and I was scared I'm going to be wasting my money buying a water cooling block and that's not even going to be compatible, and then I'm going to be screwed. What do I do? So this is hopefully what we're going to explain, yeah. So for those who are starting off here, if this is your first time water cooling, the safest thing that you can do is actually buy a graphics card that already has the water cooling block pre-installed. So Asus, they're known, okay, this is something that they do. So here we've got the Asus RTX 3080. So they've got the EK water cooling block already pre-installed. So you would buy it out of the box like this. Okay, so this is ready to go. You'll create your loop and you're all done and you're all good. Okay, MSI, again, they're also known to create cards that already have the water cooling block pre-installed. So this is the safest and the easiest way you can go about it. But the only problem is, it's expensive. Yeah, it's a lot more expensive than actually buying a card and buying the block and then applying it and doing it yourself. It's a lot more expensive. But then again, obviously buying it like this, you don't have to worry about damaging the card or checking for compatibility and faffing about and do all of that nonsense. Yeah, you know this is going to work and it's going to be good. Okay, so that's the first thing for beginners. So now let's look at the example of the RTX 2080 Ti. Okay, the RTX 2080 Ti. So okay, let's say I want to buy this water cooling block. Okay, so I want to buy this for my RTX 2080 Ti. So how do I know this is going to be compatible with my RTX 2080? So usually if you go on the water cooling block website, you'll see they will say FE. Okay, so FE means the Founders Edition or the reference card. So the vast majority of time, water cooling companies will create blocks for the Founders Edition, okay, the reference card. So your safest option, if your intention for the future is to water cool, then to buy the reference card, buy the Founders Edition card, because you know you're gonna have water cooling blocks available for you in the future if you ever want to do it. Okay, so the Founders Edition or the reference card is this one here. Okay, so this is the reference card of the Founders Edition. So this will be compatible with this. Okay, so any other water cooling blocks that have FE written on it, or say that is compatible with the Founders Edition, you know that's going to work with this card. So if you have this card, all of this is going to work. Okay, so you're good. So now, let's look at a different card. Let's say I've got the PNY, I've got this card here. Okay, so I've got this card. So now how do I know if this water cooling block is going to be compatible with this version, the PNY? How do I find that out? So the best way to check is to go on EKW. Okay, go on EKW website, graphics card compatibility list. Search up the card that you've got. Okay, so this is the way I do it. So I get the Founders Edition. Okay, you come to this screen, and then you've got the picture of the PCB. You can actually click on the PCB. So now that opens up. Then do the same thing for the card that you've got. So example, the PNY, open this one up. So now all you have to do is compare the two PCBs and you'll see the VRAMs. Okay, the VRAMs, they all match up. Yeah, even the mounting screws and holes, they all line up with the Founders Edition. So now it means, because this is compatible with the Founders Edition, yeah, because that's compatible with the Founders Edition, that also means now this is going to be compatible with the PNY. The PNY version of the RTX 2080 Ti, because the PCB is the exact same. So now that is going to be compatible with this one. Okay, and that now means any other water cooling block, okay, that's compatible with the Founders Edition. For example, the Heat Killer. Where is it? Okay, the Heat Killer. And it actually says, where is it? There you go. Yeah. It mentions the reference design. So this is compatible with the reference design, the reference card. So that means this here, the Heat Killer, and this Corsair water block, both of them will be compatible with the Founders Edition, and both of them will be compatible with the PNY because the PCB matches. Okay, and any other card that has the same PCB as the Founders Edition. Okay, so all you have to do is search up your graphics card and compare it with the Founders Edition. And see if it matches. If it matches, then you're good. It's all going to work. So now let's look at a different example. Okay, so this is the Asus RTX 2080 Ti, which is this one here. Now let's compare that PCB with the Founders Edition. And then you can see they do not match. you can see the actual mounting screws don't line up, the VRAM don't line up. Okay, this is a completely different PCB altogether. So that means this is not going to be compatible with the Asus version of the RTX 2080 Ti. So that's it. This is the best way how you check. Okay, find the water cooling block first. Okay, the one that you want, and then go on the EKW water cooling compatibility. Just search it up on Google. Search up your card, and then all you have to do is just compare the PCB with the Founders Edition with your card. If it matches, then you know it's going to be compatible. It's going to work. So that's how I got about it. So this is what we've got. This is what we've got here with the RTX 2080 in it. So hopefully we're actually planning to do a custom water cooling build in the NR200P. So hopefully I'll make a video on that soon. But yeah, hopefully anyways that helps, and I'm gonna leave you guys to it.